I will guarantee you, I will make sure that she is safe with my life. I imagine this is something what's best for her, so that she doesn't end up unleashing this biotic power on someone and being labeled as a monster.
She's all we have left.
Yeah.
This is probably not a good time to say this either. But since we are talking about if we're putting everything onto the table, my wife and I, we blamed you for the death of our son. It wasn't right. We know that. We were dealing with a lot. But it was easier for us to blame someone.
I blamed myself too for many years as well. I've actually been doing a little bit of digging up about him. From what I've been digging up, he actually was not on that ship.
So you're saying he might...
I don't know anything yet. Uh, the man who took Talia was apparently a friend of him, was a friend of Octavius. He said that the last time he saw him, they were somewhere on the Citadel and he just vanished.
His eyebrows furrow a little bit when you say that, and he says, "My son would never be friends with someone like that."
I didn't believe it either. I bring up the data that I got about him being
Discharged?
yeah,
Discharged.
discharged. Yeah, discharged.
He looks at the paper and he shakes his head. No. This can't be true. There's no way that Octavius would have... There's just no way he would have gotten himself involved in those.
I'm
No.
just as much lost. I'm as much in the dark about what's going on as you are.
This is my son. You're...
I know. I would never want to think the worst, but it's something that I need to look into. I,
Why can't you
there.
just let his memory rest? Why did you have to show this to me? We were perfectly fine remembering him the way he was. Now that I see this, what exactly do you want me to think of my son?
To show that he may actually still be alive out there, and there's just a lot of things that I hopefully will be able to figure out. I figure it's best to come open and honest about everything.
He hands the papers back to you. I hope you don't mind that for my sake, he's still dead to me. I can't afford to lose him a second time if you're wrong. Don't tell Talia that you think he might still be alive. I don't want her hopes up. I don't want you to get her hopes up.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. Until I figure out more, until I can actually find him, if he is able to be traced. As far as I know, he died. As far as I know, he's dead. About the custody things. If you don't file this, I will be putting in for a file for custody to be transferred I just wanted to give you the chance to, I don't know, hopefully try to talk you, see if you'd be...
I can't believe you're coming here at my condition and throwing this down on my lap. I've lost my wife. I almost lost my own life, my job, and you come here wanting to take Talia away from me now.
And who do you have to thank for you still being alive? Don't forget, it was us. It was me and the people in my group that are the reason why you're still here. As far as you know, you could have been taken to that portal by that Reaper, probably even indoctrinated.
He sighs.
I imagine that'd be a fate much worse than death.
He swallows. It looks painful, and he swallows. And he says, "You're right. I'm sorry."
That's alright.
Very well. Get me the documents and I will sign them.
I'll pull them out and hand them over.
He's about to sign the papers and he looks towards your direction. He says, "You promise me that you will do everything in your power to do what is right for her. Not for you or for anyone else. What's right for her."
On my life, I will honor that. Make sure that I will do what is best for her.
He seems satisfied and he signs his signature on the pad. "You will understand if I will ask you to leave now, Cicepia," he says.
Sure. I'll bring her in so you can spend a little bit more time with her if you want.
"Thank you."
Sure thing. And I'll bring her back into the... Open the door up, allow her to come back in, and I'll step out. Let them kind of be together for a bit.
As soon as you open the door, the grandfather's facial expression completely changes with a smile as soon as he sees Talia, and she walks into the room again, and they will have their time together visiting before you guys leave the hospital.
Our Carl will perk up and how did it go?
Better than I thought it was going to. Thought he was gonna yell at me, tell me to leave the room. Thought it was gonna get a lot messier.
Well, that's good then, I guess.
Such peaceful resolutions are always desirable.
Most
I
definitely.
am wondering if I'm doing the right thing, bringing her aboard the ship. I mean, we just lost Drimi.
Don't second guess yourself, Officer Altus.
You're doing what you think is best, and hopefully we can keep the ship itself out of harm's way. So, there's that.
Yeah.
If anything, she now has more bodyguards to protect her.
Thanks,
too.
I'm probably gonna have to end up talking to Sink, ask if it's okay for Talia to be on board.
I don't think he's gonna mind.
I imagine not, but I imagine formal thing to do.
And that's a way in to talk to him.
Perhaps another smiling face on the ship would be better for his spirits.
That'd be nice.
Certainly.
Well, we best be off and figure out what we're going to do next.
Sure thing. I'll let Talia finish up with saying goodbye in there, and we can head back to the ship.
Sounds good.
After you give Talia time to be with her grandfather, she will come out and she will take Cicepia by the hand, and she will reach out her hand towards Miss Arcara as well.
Aw.
I'll take it.
And you guys will walk out together.
That's nice.
Meanwhile,
Back in the ship.
Elias,
Yes.
you hear from within your suit a voice. Pi says, Creator Elias, I found some interesting news.
All right. Well, what did you find?
There's a gate open. A new one. It wasn't there before when I had last checked. I'm not sure how, but something opened it.
Do we know which universe it leads to?
Our galaxy.
All right. Guess we've got a new destination then. Where is it?
Earth.
Could you be more specific than that?
According to my coordinates, the approximate location is Earth, United States, New Orleans.
Okay.
Oh.
Right. Let's go. I'm going
Yay!
to.
It's the Elias show! It's the Elias show! Yay! Finally! Took a while. Sorry,
it's
Matthew.
also Dylan's show because he's originally from that area. It's kind of creepy.
And it's also the Dylan show. Yes.
I'm gonna go talk to
The Raging Cajun is on the case. Let's get this party going.
Sink, for once you get a knock on your door.
Hey, big guy.
Walk up and open the door.
Shut up, Jeff.
You wrote it, man. You wrote it. I read
know
it.
I did. I know.
Yes, Elliot.
We've got another portal.
I thought
A
we
new
closed
one.
it all.
This
Where's
one's
it at this
new.
time?
Earth.
Earth.
And we don't
Which
know what
universe?
opened it. Mine, apparently.
Didn't you say you were from Earth?
No, I spent some time there. New Orleans, Lafayette. And, that's where it is.
Well, I guess we should get Drimi's funeral going and head there as soon as we can.
Yeah, about that. What were you planning?
Well, I was planning to go to the system that Thessia is in, but I don't know if we'll have the time to make it.
I think we can take the time.
I'll get everything ready for us to take off.
Thanks. Sink,
Yeah.
should I have taken that shot?
Of course, you saved a life. There was nothing really we could do. He had to jump on us. Yeah, it was everyone except for me, you, and Akara was stuck in a singularity field. He could have killed all of us, or at least most of us. One life for many.
I still don't like that trade-off.
Yeah, it's just fate, I guess. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
You really believe that?
I try to forget, but I always believe.
I just don't like the idea of someone up there writing down and that's it. Game over, end of story. It's just maybe I just want too hard. Maybe I just want to control things too much.
Well, that's the beauty of death, is we never know what's on the other side, I guess.
It would be nice to think that. I'll
I have a quick question, Alias.
yeah.
What exactly do you plan on doing with that VI of Drimi that you made?
I don't know. I wasn't really planning on making it. I just sort of did. Why? What did you think?
Well, uh, I'm kind of at a loss for that too, but I think it's beautiful, and I appreciate you making it.
Well, you're welcome. Maybe we can build him into the engineering systems.
Maybe so. That way he'll always be a part of the ship. I
can
know
do
he
like
loved
that
the
too.
ship.
The people from the hospital return back to the ship. What happens?
I think we should hold a conference meeting to
Mm-hmm.
With
Yep.
who?
with I guess everybody.
I think everyone.
All hands? Okay.
Yep.
All hands on deck.
Everyone's going to be in the conference room.
What's up, boss?
I think Alias ought to take the lead on this one.
There's a new portal. It's on Earth. And it's, when I say new, I mean it's new and Mimic didn't make this one.
Huh.
Meridia raises her hand.
Yes, Meridy.
So, what opened this new gate?
We don't know, and we don't know what's on the other side of it.
Aha.
Could there be more? Could there be more of those reality colliders? Is that even possible?
I would assume
Like a
there'd
bunch of
have to be. I don't think the Reapers would be using just one of anything.
Well, that is true. That's a scary thought.
Creator
Wait, wait.
Elias, even if that were the case, even if there was another reality collider, the reality colliders themselves cannot open gates into reality. It allows them to pass through the gates, but it does not create them.
Just for the sake of argument and just for fun, Pi can actually be in the room and I can actually say that in front of everyone because I think
Sure.
that'll
Pi
be
can say
amusing.
that.
Yeah.
Pi can say that in his form, in his
Yeah.
Pi form. His
So
drone form.
pretty much. So effectively, what we're dealing with is we've got a reality collider, and we have, well, we'd also have another mimic to be on the lookout for.
That is very possible.
We should probably head to the Citadel back in your room. We'd be able to, back in your world, be able to restock and then head to Earth.
We can just restock here, and then we can just go.
And you've got resources, though, don't you? Back in your universe. Your connections.
Yes, we do, but at the same time, we don't need that much more than we already have, do we?
Oh, thinking about all the firepower down below.
I know I'm gonna need an Omni tool. I've been out of one for a while.
Big
That's CSEC funding for you.
Cicepia, I reach into a pouch and I throw you my old Omni tool.
Oh, thank you.
Trissy's gonna kill this one.
I'm
sorry.
Out of character before the meeting closes. Stink's gonna, I guess, walk up to the front by the screen, and he's gonna say, before this meeting comes to a close, there's something I need to let you guys know. The only person who knew this before was Drimi, but I guess since we're all a team here, I might as well let you guys know too. For those of you who were with me on Tachanka, you may have noticed me acting a little more robotic. And at this point, I'll pull up like a diagram, I guess, of like his mechanical parts and stuff, kind of like it when he had died and came back and all that.
Yeah.
My mechanical parts, they heat up both sides of my body. And when they get too hot, I lose control, and sometimes they take control on their own. And then I'll show on the diagram, like I guess a switch or some kind of device you can use to kind of like make it cool down or something.
A heat vent?
Yeah, heat vent kind of thing. So if you guys notice it, just activate this here, and it should get me up and going in a few minutes or so. Just wanted to get you guys a heads up just in case.
This one will keep an extra stash of water for you just in case.
Yeah,
You know,
thanks.
we could probably just reprogram your subroutines to be less...
Insane.
Yeah, let's go with insane.
And then I'll pipe up and say, well, actually, and I'll pull out that schematic that I found in Drimi's stuff. I found this in Drimi's things. I've never seen this before. He must have been waiting to show this to me. It seems like there's some kind of way where I can divert the energy into my Omnitool and use it as sort of a blast. Maybe that could work too.
Huh.
I might need some help to get this together.
All he's done is rerouted your heat vent out through some insulated piping. You'd have to have that surgically installed, but that could work.
Cool. Well, I guess maybe we can work on it on the way to Earth.
Nar's gonna look at our car and be like, "Do you know what they're talking about?"
I get the basics, but not much more than that.
Oh, I guess this one's the only dumb one here. And you'll start like rotating in circles.
So, I guess if anyone needs to buy anything or stock up, let's do that now.
Curiously, where on earth is this gate?
New Orleans, Lafayette.
Excitedly, that is home to some fantastic cuisine. He turns towards Okara. Wait till I make you some etouffee or gumbo.
Yeah.
Do you like spicy food? He asks. Meridi says, "Oh, does she ever?"
She just sort of gives Meridia a look and go away.
Actually, Anar's gonna go up to Otto and is like, oh, start nudging him. This one sees where you're going.
Confused, with great confusion, I am not sure what you are talking about, Mr. Anar.
He looks over at Anar, he's not there anymore, and then he sees two tentacles come down in front of his face. It's like, don't you know? And he starts bouncing up and down. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? He starts hearing squeak, 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 squeak.
Okara will just go like, oh man.
He'll roll off.
You will go over to the cargo area as you guys fly near the sun of Thessia's solar system. Otto is dressed in a relatively fancy black Krogan, whatever the Krogan version of a tuxedo would be. Otto's is similar to Rex, but it's got a deep blue color, which semi-matches his head. Like, you know how his head's bluish? It semi-matches it, not quite. It's a little darker than that. But yeah, it's black with dark blue accent. And Meridi herself is also dressed in a long black dress as well. Talia doesn't really have any clothes on her, unless you went to pick up.
Anar
You might have picked up some of her clothes.
I think
I will lend her some.
Yeah,
I think realistically, Cicepia would have dropped by the house to pick up her other
Yeah.
things.
belongings, yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
It would have been
So
funny.
she'll probably have. I don't know if she has a pure black dress, but she probably has dark, earthy toned clothes that she can wear. And yeah. So Sink, you're the one who's probably in charge of this ceremony, so you get to decide what happens.
Okay. Could I actually have a minute in the med bay with just me and Drimi for a second?
Dremi's dead.
Yeah.
Which-
Before
Oh, with our body.
Yeah.
the body, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
Yeah, you
okay,
can.
okay. I got you.
I didn't want to be like, could I have a minute with the body?
You're not doing creepy stuff, I hope.
No.
Oh, come
Okay.
on, let's not go there.
Let's get into the don't lose the mood. All right. So Sync will spend some time before the actual services to spend some last minute one-on-one time with Drimi's body. Go ahead.
So I guess I'll walk in, and I'm sure he's got like a shroud or a veil.
Yes, he's got a shroud.
So I'll kind of pull it back a little bit so I can kind of see his face.
His face is
Okay.
gone, I think.
Oh wait.
His face has been no, because I
think he got
that
shot in the side of his head.
Yeah.
he got shot in the side of the head, but Cyrus would have cleaned it up.
They cleaned it
I
up.
Would have
really
cleaned
hope
it up.
Because that would be
Yeah,
worse.
he's-
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean he cleaned it up, so it's fine.
Thank you.
So he's just gonna kind of stand for a while and just think about what to say, and then finally he'll just say, "Thank you for saving my life. I wish I could return the favor. You know, I've learned a lot from you over the past year we had together, and I wish I had more time, but my only hope is that whatever you learned from me was worth the year we worked together." So I found out today that Elias created a VI of you, and well, I think the plan is that we're gonna integrate it into the ship, so a part of you will always be with the ship. You know, we never got that talk, and I'm really sorry that we never got the chance to. Just been so busy. Long story short, my wife got sick, and when she died, I turned her consciousness into a chip, and I've been trying to reverse the process ever since. So I always have a part of her, and before you go, I'd like to always have a part of you. And out of character, Sync's gonna go to Drimi's coat, and he's gonna pull this off of his coat. It's like this brooch he always had on his coat, and the only thing that Sync knows about it is that Drimi never knew his parents, and when he was in his orphanage or wherever he was, this is the only thing that he had that was from his parents.
Okay.
At least what he knew of. He didn't know for sure, but that's just what he was told. So Sync's gonna take it off of his
Pretty.
coat.
It's very pretty.
Thank you. He's gonna take it off of his coat and say, so, I know you told me that this was all you had of your parents, and in a way this is all I have of you, so I hope you don't mind if I keep this. Thank you for everything, and I hope to see you on the other side. And then I'll walk out.
Okay.
Or bring the body to the cargo, whichever.
Yes. Cyrus will help you take it down to the cargo bay. And preparations have been made, like I said, I don't know what the cargo bay looks like right now, but Cyrus is going to make sure that everything is ready for the send-off, at least. The send-off part. So
the coffin
Everybody's
will be in the
gathered.
airlock.
We'll place the body like in the airlock, and thank you, Drimi, for everything. I'm sorry we had to end our friendship this way. I hope wherever you are, you're happy and you're safe, and I miss you, and I can't wait to see you again. And that, out of character, that's all he's gonna say.
are you opening it up for other people to say something if they want?
Yes. If anyone else would like to say anything, please be my guest.
Murdy will go up, and she'll go over to the coffin. I guess Drimi's in a coffin of some sort. She sort of puts her hand up on the coffin, and she says, "I wish that I had more time to get to know, well, Drimi. It seems like by interacting with him, I was able to find out more about myself. We were very different people, but our core was the same, and despite some of our bickering, I think that we had a very common understanding, and by extension, a great bond. I joked that I was better looking and smarter than he was. And while that may be up for debate, one thing that I will not argue is he definitely was braver than I was. I can't say that I felt the things that he felt that led to the decision that he made for himself at the hospital. I feel like even if I did, I don't think I would have had the nerve to do it. And because of that, he was one of a kind. In many ways than one, you will never find an Asari like him. What really hurts is that I felt that because of his situation, because of the choices that he made in life, a lot of people could have learned from him. And I think he could have learned a lot from other people. But I'm not here to dwell on any of that. I'm just going to say that I'm glad I had the chance to know him for as long as I did. I thank him for showing me parts of myself that I didn't even know existed. And even though I know the rest of you, in your own way, I think the rest of you felt that he helped you learn things about yourself in some ways as well. I will miss him a lot. And it's nice to know that he was greatly loved. And she will step down. Otto will go next. He gets up, he's very quiet, and he says, respectfully, Drimi and I had a few memories here. I will still never forget the poker session that we had. Drimi promised me that he would use part of his winnings to help visit Dakuna someday. And I'm sure I will do that for him at some point. And tell him, thank you for giving me another person that I felt did not judge me. Understandingly, Drimi was no stranger to feeling like he did not belong. I definitely can relate to that. Drimi did not look at me, did not judge me, and I could not judge him for being who he felt that he was. Drimi was very smart. I was very amazed at what he could do around the ship. He was very helpful, very polite. I feel that he stops and you actually see a small tear roll down Otto's eyes, which you've never seen before. Apologetically, I am having trouble finding words. Another tear rolls down his eyes. He clears his throat and he says, sadly, Drimi will definitely be missed. As I sit here, even now, Drimi's teaching me something. I've never cried before. Thank you, he says. Thank you for teaching me He looks down and he sniffles, and the Krogan, who has not felt this emotion before, steps down and is legitimately crying. He walks over to next to Arkara, and he starts to sniffle a little bit, and he starts to break down.
Oh.
And
Arkara
he
lays an arm around him. Just hugs him.
he returns the hug, and he just starts to cry, like legit crying.
Wow.
Meridi, that causes Meridi to cry too. She gets very emotional at that. And Cyrus even, he's got the visor in front of him. You see him take out a little handkerchief, and he actually dabs something without saying a word, but he dabs something underneath his visor.
Arkara lays her other arm around Meridi and just hugs them both, hanging her head between them.
The three of them are hugging together as Elias gets up in front of the airlock.
I'm not actually good with words, which is probably funny. It probably doesn't seem that way, but yeah, words and actual words and feelings are not usually encouraged, really. It's always about, with Quarians, it's always about the fleet, or I guess now the planet, and a lot of what I do publicly is scripted, and you guys probably know that more than anyone. So, yay. But a lot of people didn't. Drimi didn't, I guess, until recently. And he was always saying that there were differences between you know, the stuff that I did here to what I actually do, and well, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. True, someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind. Behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, high above the chimney tops, that's where you will find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Yeah.
Oh, I'm bawling like a baby now.
Oh.
That makes duos.
Yeah.
Talia, who has been silent this whole time, she has been giving Cicepia a squeeze in her hand.
Squeeze it back.
And when Elias was singing, she moves in towards her mother and just wraps her arms around her side, listening intently to Elias's singing.
I'll kneel down. I would kneel down next to her. I'll hold her tight during that song.
Meridi and Otto and Arkara, while Elias was singing, are swaying together, the three of them, to the tune of the song. And the entire time, Cyrus is looking towards, looking towards the ground during the song. Sync, you get to tell us what happens next, after everybody has spoken.
Well, thank you, Alice, for the song. I guess now we should just focus on getting to Earth and stopping these Reapers, which in the first place is what killed Drimi. I thought we won in not only my universe but yours, and yours too, Anar, and Akara, and Cicepia. But we gotta make sure we put a stop to these Reapers and stop all the pain and suffering that we've experienced and so many others have experienced so far. And I vow to kill every last one, even if it kills me.
Drimi wasn't killed by Reapers. He was killed by a madman. In a way, I think it's worse.
A psychopath.
Definitely is worse.
Sync, do you want to do the honors? I point to the terminal for the launch, and I bring up a hollow screen so that we will be able to see it on the exterior cams.
Yeah, I would love to do the honors. I walk up to the terminal and press the eject button.
You press the eject button as the coffin that holds Drimi gets jettisoned out, and it floats peacefully towards the direction of Thessia's sun. The sun is burning brightly. Brighter than, I think, even the sun on Earth. Just to give you guys a little bit of perspective. You can't help but think that as Drimi is moving towards the light, it is quite symbolic. And you take your final moments doing whatever it is you guys need to do as you watch through the windows outside as Drimi is sent off, and little by little you guys excuse yourselves as the service is over.
Yeah.
So you guys will disperse as the ship makes its next coordinates to Earth. Are you jumping to the green galaxy now, or when you get to Earth?
Probably now, just to be safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, are we near?
We did that last time, and it made more sense.
We're
Yeah.
still on Octavius, or not Octavius.
We can jump back.
Yeah, you can jump back. You can jump back there.
Yeah.
You guys will make your way, jump back to Invictus, and then use that to get over to Green Invictus. Green Invictus. During this time, Anar, what is he doing?
Is everyone settling in for the night as they travel?
Yeah, I'm thinking this is probably like a evening thing. So You guys will probably
Well,
reach
he's
New
going
Orleans
to-
maybe the next morning. Probably the next morning. Earth time next morning.
Well, as everybody is adjourning to their areas, wherever they plan to go, he's going to wave to Talia goodnight, and he's going to duck off to the cargo hold.
Talia will give you a hug quietly. She's very emotionally drained. The whole day has been very tiring for her. She definitely looks like she's tired and ready to go to bed.
Past her bedtime, I think.
Yeah.
And he definitely returns the hug. And then he wishes everybody a good night, and he slowly jerks off to the mech, because he hasn't slept the night before, so he's very, very tired. So he's the equivalent of a Hanar yawn, stretching his limbs, getting over to the mech, and he opens it up and climbs right inside. Closes the shields, starts laying back, trying to get himself comfortable, gets himself a little soda off to the side, puts straw in his face, starts going through the video feeds. After a little while, he's going to get really tired, and then he's going to shut it. And then he freezes. When he's looking at his reflection in the blast shield, it's returning a gaze. There's a pair of small, glazed-over eyes, very small, sitting like it's in the back of his suit. And they're just staring at him. And he's actually frozen stiff as he slowly starts to grow very cold. He mentally realizes he hasn't taken his meds yet. And he starts to slowly reach for them. And then before he managed to get there, he freezes again, because now he's gotten excruciatingly cold around his midway. He doesn't look down, he's actually afraid to. And then he feels something press against the back of his flesh. It feels really cold, grimy, and in one little spot, very sticky. And it feels like there's sloshing. And he can feel something running down his back. He's trying to get himself to grab his serum, and then he hears a whisper. Please. Stay with me for a little bit, Mr. Anar. He recognizes the voice. And then he lowers his tentacle. Of course. And then, for a moment, he hears a thank you. He looks down to see what's grabbing him around the waist, and he sees two very tiny, very ghostly pale arms. The hands up to the forearm are covered in grime, in a very sticky, grotesque, blackish goop. And it looks like these little arms were digging its way out of a grave almost. And he then says, "Are you here to torment this one as well?" And then he feels whatever's pressing against his back shift side to the side, hearing the sloshing noise of whatever is pressing against him. No, not all of us hate you, Mr. Anar. He actually takes a tentacle and begins to hold the arms around him. Do you remember me, Mr. Anar? How can this one ever forget? I've missed you. It's missed you too, Lucille. He starts to have a flashback to the little girl from this earlier whiteout for just a moment, and he goes back. And then she hears the voice saying, as though there is actually still an eye staring at him in the reflection that doesn't seem to want to let go of his gaze. You were pretending again, weren't you, Mr. Anar? To this, Anar breaks down a little bit and dips his head. There's no reason for them to share in this one's pain. You should really let them in, Mr. Anar. They care about you too. No, it's best they don't be involved in this one's affairs. Is that why you tried to make their lives as easier as possible, Mr. Anar? He giggles a little. You were watching that, weren't you? I've been around longer than you think. At this point, he looks up as he actually hears a what sounds like a ghostly wail of sorts. And hears Lucille say, "They're looking for us." Yeah, this one can tell. Why did you come, Lucille? I had to let you know that we don't all hate you. We don't blame you. He starts to slide his tentacle across the arms around him. Why not? Your dad seems to think otherwise. I know. But I don't blame you. You did what you could. Like hell this one did. With that, she goes a little silent. Mr. Anar, do you think you'll ever let go? He says, that would be so easy. To letting go is to forget. And you don't think that's for the best, Mr. Anar? Of course not. This one doesn't deserve it. And the arms squeeze around him a little tighter. He feels the chill, but he lets it pass. Mr. Anar? And he says, yes? Do you remember your real name? He's actually kind of shocked that she brought this up. This one never told you about that. I've been around long enough. It was a pretty name. Anar sounds too mean. You used to like that. Until I learned about it. The voice starts to get a little weaker. And then they hear the wail again. And Anar opens up the blast shield to take a look outside. And he notices that his gaze is being returned by multiple faces. Beings lurching, crying, grasping, and definitely a very dead set, serious eyes looking at him, almost if they're laughing at him. And Anar gets kind of angry, but then gets kind of still. From his side view, he sees the little arm holding a vial. It's time for us to go, Mr. Anar. Here. But it doesn't want to leave you. I'll be around. Remember, you're not alone. At this point, the figures approaching the mech are starting to pick up speed. And then she says, we're out of time. Quickly, drink it, please. As if pained to do so, he does take it in. And as if being woken from a dream, it's still silent and he feels alone. Very alone. He sits back in his mech, closes the blast shields, and then he starts to think to himself. At this moment, he runs this tentacle over one of his holodecks and brings up a list of security footages. As he's running through the different categories, he sees the ones, the home videos he made with Trissy. He sees the ones from when the mech is in standby, the ones that he just made for Sync that he's planning to delete because he feels that Sync should be the only one to have those memories. He also passes over a classified block that he had encrypted because he doesn't want anyone to see him, especially himself. But then he gets over to one last feed. The feed that basically retells the flashback he had earlier from a different point of view. He puts this on the screen and he watches it for a moment. He sees Anar and himself basically sitting with Lucille on the cliff. And it gets to the part where Lucille asks him to sing the nursery rhyme. And then he watches himself like, okay, run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch this one. And at this point, he pauses the screen, looks at that laughing face, and Anar realizes he's buckled over, bawling, and then he says to himself, "It's the gingerbread man." And at this point, he basically remains alone to cry his sleep.
For the rest of the night, it's relatively quiet as the ship goes on autopilot, I'm assuming, on his way to Earth now that you are in the Green Galaxy.
Are there any news feeds coming in on anything unusual happening on Earth?
What I was going to say is the moment that you guys are within the Green Galaxy, Elias, this is probably before you go to bed, there you find that there are several messages that have been left on your email and in your phone, most of which are from Jamark. Yes. Are you going to check any of the messages?
I will check I pretty much check my messages, yes.
You check your messages, and one of the ones, the most important one that you get is from Jamark. Says, "Elias, baby, it's long time no speak. You kind of disappeared off the radar a few days ago. Just checking up to see how the mission's going and whether or not the camera's been rolling, and I'm definitely excited to see what you've got on the feeds. Call me as soon as you can, baby. We've got a lot to talk about." All right. He hangs up. There is also an email from Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Hubba hubba. I've read the story. Trust me, it's hubba hubba.
In the past was. We'll see what happens. I make no promises.
The email is from. The email says, "Hey man, it's me. Sorry it took forever for me to get back to you with your last email. Things have just been really busy. But finally I got myself to stretch my legs. You won't believe it. I'm actually being sent back over to my hometown, at least just briefly. Turns out they need a little bit of help at the Mass Relay Galaxy Games. Should be a good time. Not sure I'm actually going to get any screen time, but hey, all for a good cause, you know? Anyway, hope things are going great. Call me whenever you get a chance. Talk to you later. Signed, Doc."
Right. So what are the Mass Relay Galaxy games? Exactly.
Mass Relay Galaxy Games. It's something that started 3 years ago. It's something that was originated on Earth. The Alliance came up with this idea. It's very young, so it's an idea that they're trying to have pick up. Think they are trying to make it similar to Earth's Olympics. And the idea is it's supposed to promote unity amongst the galaxy. So basically people would come and sign up and participate in this tournament of sorts. Traditionally what's happened is people sign up in groups of 5. Convenient. Sign up in groups of 5 and they compete in several events. People end up winning not only cash prizes but also end up with medals and awards. As I said, they're still trying to have it pick up so that it's more of a galaxy thing, and it's starting to be something that the galaxy is beginning to more and more participate in throughout the galaxy. So at least for the people on Earth, it's a pretty big deal because they're the ones who originated with the idea. Right now, the only games have been hosted on Earth The first one was in Texas. The second one took place in Vancouver, Canada. And the third one is now, surprise, surprise, taking place in Lafayette,
New Orleans, yeah.
New Orleans. Surprise, surprise.
Ow.
Okay. Well, I send a brief email to Jamak going, well, here's the story so far, and there's a vid package. Some of the tasty ones that aren't going to be too incriminating for people. So he's going to get that. Not the whole package because it's too big, but I'll certainly say we'll deliver the rest as soon as possible. Heading to Earth. And then I will send an email back to Corbin going, it's late, so I'm not calling, but heading your way, please watch out for Reapers. No, seriously, watch out for Reapers.
As soon as you send you send your email to Javork, and when you're after you finish sending your email to Corbin, you get a phone call. It's from Javork.
Jamak, sorry.
Or Jamask. Sorry,
Yes.
his name is Jamask. Let me.
Jamak, of course. Good evening.
Elias, baby, I've missed you.
Miss you too, big guy.
So,
Mr. Money.
what is this about you heading for Earth?
Well, apparently something's going on there, and we're not sure what yet. So,
Really? Huh.
yes, really.
Well, the tone of his voice, you can hear the dollar signs.
Oh
like,
yeah.
cha-chinging. Well,
Honestly, I thought the whole thing. I thought that was as far as it was gonna go, and we were gonna wrap this up, and then apparently not. So, yeah, we might need more screen time.
oh, what a pity. What a pity. Listen, Elias, baby. I've been thinking over the last couple of minutes since I read your email, since you're going over to Earth, I've got a proposal for you.
That sounds dangerous. Go on.
So, no, hear me out. You know how they're having their third annual games there?
Yes, I was told.
What better way, he says, for you to get yourself out there than to promote the games by participating in them? I mean, if you're going to be there anyway, you can sign up. I think sign-ups are finishing up tomorrow evening.
Well,
Maybe you guys can compete, and that might bring in a lot of people at the betting, like at the betting cards, putting down their money down to have Elias and his team. We need a good name for you, Elias and the. We'll work on that.
yeah. Look, we're going to see what needs to be done, but if that might give us a reason to be there, so we'll think about it. But if no promises, but we'll certainly think about it.
Oh, Elias, think of the fans. Think of the fans. And what about the children, Elias? What about the children?
Try not to get them killed.
Oh, yes, there's that too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, I don't think it would be a very good look if the games got in the way of that. So.
Oh, no, we wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. But if that happens, you will be the first to know.
Ha! Excellent. I will have the arrangements ready to go just in case.
Of course.
And yeah, so welcome back. And
Thank you.
I will catch you later.
Bye.
Ta-ta! He hangs up.
That's still the most least a-hole-ish Batarian I've ever met. Or I've never
It's
even met him.
all about the moolah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
much
considering
he's
his
your
whole
best friend.
system is completely destroyed, and he's acting like this.
This is
Right.
a new system.
You get an
I'm
email.
I'm also going to send an email off to Neha going,
Okay.
found this, please patent it in this universe as soon as possible.
Found what? I'm sorry.
The dextrose.
Dextrose.
Oh,
Ecstasy.
Hey, yeah,
you're emailing her
Agent
this?
this
Okay.
as soon as possible, please.
Okay.
Gotcha,
Neha,
man.
So there's no
that's fine.
backlash.
While you are sending Neha this email, you'll get another email from your agent. Says, Elias baby, one more thing. I just wanted to show you some of these ads that our artists just came up with on the fly. Let me know what you think. And they're showing you some images of basically you promoting your own line of sneakers and athletic footwear just in time for the games. As well as a new brand of Elias cereal.
I have
new
cereal
brand.
now. Oh,
A
dear.
new
Yeah.
brand of cereal.
Yes.
Never tasted it myself, but it's good.
Yeah. I'll probably say, no, the cereal sneakers? Absolutely.
The next morning rolls around, and you find that the beautiful blue planet that is Earth will be before you, and you guys will make your way over to the landing station for all of the ships. It's getting pretty crowded. A lot of people have been coming to the games. Now, New Orleans in the future is a lot different from the New Orleans that we know now in the present, thanks to some conceptual things from Matt.
Nice.
If you guys
What had happened to Earth.
Oh, I guess my.
Yep.
New
That
Orleans
looks
pretty
about
much
right.
got entirely flooded, essentially, and the city
200
rebuilt
meter sea
itself.
level rises.
Yes.
I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of Luca from Final Fantasy X. I don't know why.
Maybe.
Probably because of all the archways and
Yes.
screw it.
But the city of New Orleans is now basically a floating. It's like a floating man-made island, essentially. And you guys are making your way over to the landing area, which I believe is right there, on this area,
Okay.
the mass transit area.
Cool.
Life in New Orleans is, I mean, New Orleans has a very, very specific cultural feel. I don't know if any of you guys have been there, but they have made it a point to try to preserve a lot of the olden days New Orleans culture. You've got blue people playing, like lots of musicians all over the place. Right now they're trying to make use of all the tourists that are currently there because of the games. You see a lot of posters all over the place of teams that have thrown their hats in to compete in the games. And just in general, there's a lot of hustle and bustle. Again, not nearly as much as the actual Olympics, but it's looking like it's becoming a very popular thing that hopefully will be a galaxy-wide game tournament. There are lots of great restaurants all around. Some fancy, but there's a lot of mom and pop shops who are still selling things like beignets. There's a nice beignet cafe. There's a place that sells all these stores that claim they have the best gumbo in the city. And just in and around, it's got a very southern friendly, feel-good, comfort foodie feel around the city. Despite
Chicken and waffles.
Besides the size. Yes, chicken and waffles.
I'm just gonna quickly ask, Pi, so where is this portal that we're looking for?
Scanning. Curiously. Below.
Below?
Under the water.
What? This is gonna get complicated, isn't it? Okay, guys, we're apparently going diving.
Woo!
Great.
What do you mean by that?
The portal is down there. I pointed down into the ocean.
Well, I don't think my ship can't go underwater.
No, the pressures. I'm not even going to do with that.
So we're gonna need some diving equipment, I suppose.
This one just needs to get
Yes.
naked.
Aren't you always?
No, in fact, check out this N7 sweatshirt this one got from the gift shop! Ooh, look at it! It's got sleeves for all this one's tentacles!
That's good. You look like a person. Now let's go.
You hear a familiar voice call out from one of the jumbo screens above. Good morning, everybody! Good morning, New Orleans! Everybody is getting ready for the great games, the great the Mass Relay Galaxy games. As you look up, without even having to look up, you know immediately that this is one Liam Nathaniel Musey.
Yep.
Dude, this guy was coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more curious what you got planned for him.
He certainly gets around, doesn't he?